Hello, it's me. Guys. New anime just came out called The Other World's Books Depend on the Bean Counter, which is really funny and super hard to remember. But it's an isekai anime, and those tend to have really crazy titles, I feel like. It's just like a silly trope that they do. The important part is it's an isekai BL, okay guys? That's so fun! I saw the trailer, and I was thinking about reacting to it, but honestly, I couldn't contain myself, and I just watched it. And then I watched the anime by myself. It's still airing right now. And then I got impatient while I was watching the anime. I started reading the manga at the same time. Literally dual monitor, manga on one screen, anime on the other screen like a freak. I just had to get my fix, bro. I don't know what's wrong with me. And then I binged the entire manga up to the chapters currently released in like 3 days. And basically, summary of this story is there's this guy, Seiichiro Kondo, and he's a regular old office worker in Japan, kind of known as like a wage slave. He overworks himself, he's got bags under his eyes, he's not in great shape, he's a little nauseous. He's just like me for real. Except that's not true, he's better than me. The thing is, he does all this, but he also actually really cares to be a good worker and a good employee. Not for any particular reason. It just sort of gives him purpose in life to strive for efficiency in the workplace. So anyway, he's a pretty normal guy, but one day he's grocery shopping and he looks outside and he sees this bright flash of light in the sidewalk and this girl is being sucked into a hole in the ground. So he's like, what the fuck? And he goes to try and save her, but in the process, accidentally gets sucked into the void as well. And bada bing bada boom, that transports the both of them to an alternate universe. Isekai. And this is funny because it turns out that flash of light was actually a ritual to bring home the holy maiden from another world in order to save this universe from poisonous miasma that could kill everyone unless they do this ritual. And I think she's like the 7th holy maiden that they've had throughout time, so they rely on her a lot, but they just happen to accidentally force Seiichiro into this world as well as a tag along, and they don't really care about him, but they offer to support him obviously and let him live comfortably in the castle too. And the first thing he does is ask for a job, which is really funny. Man gets freedom for the first time in his life from the corporate world, and he's like, no, put me back in it, please. Put me back. I want in, coach. So they make him an accountant there because that's what he did back in Japan as well. And he realizes pretty quickly that a lot of their systems are really inefficient. And there's some sneaky stuff going on. Maybe some embezzlement, some misuse of funding. And he's king of efficiency, right? So he wants to put a stop to this. And he uses his smarticles to rise to the top of the accounting department, I guess. So that's cool. I like that they gave him such a strong personality and intellect. Like his whole thing is he writes these proposals in order to solve problems around the kingdom, and as you read it, you're like, oh yeah, honestly, that is a good idea. Yeah, whoa, woo. Go Seiichiro, whoa. And people around him see that as well as the story goes on, which I love. When the main character is strong enough that you kind of understand why the world starts looking at him, right? I feel like on a cheesy note, it kind of makes you want to like be a better person. Similar to a lot of shoujo mangas that inspired me as a child, this BL is popular for a reason, bro. It really lit something up inside of me. He's not particularly charitable or helpful or philanthropic or anything like that, but in the name of efficiency, he's very good at singling out evil, right? And finding the shortest route to eliminate injustice, which is a nice theme. Wholesome stuff, good stuff. Anyway, yada. The important part is that it's a BL, right? So as soon as he's started his job in this new world, he runs into the captain of the 3rd Royal Order, whose name is Aresh. And he's this big, beautiful, handsome man who's very strong. He has a lot of magical powers. He rules over the knights in this world, and he's known as being kind of cold and commanding, right? But they run into each other, and Aresh gets the vibe pretty quickly that Seiichiro Seiichiro's an insane overworker to the point that he ends up relying on these magical potions in this world for stamina. Kind of like 5-hour energy drinks, but in your wildest fantasies, right? He drinks this tonic and all his aches and pains are gone, and he can keep working all day and all night without stopping. So he gets addicted to it like crazy, and he drinks a shit ton without realizing that there's consequences, right? So the more he takes, the more it wears on his body. And it turns out these tonics are full of something called magicules in this world. Basically, since he's a outsider, his body isn't accustomed to the magicules. So the more tonics he takes, the more, like, energy it takes out of him. Anyway, he almost fucking dies. And the only person who can save him is Adesh. And, okay, this part's a little silly, but the only way that Adesh can help him get accustomed to magic in this world is through physical contact, which isn't an uncommon trope. It's kind of like Guideverse stories and Omegaverse a little bit, but basically Adesh has to, you know, hug and kiss him all the time to transfer over a little magic and protect him with a barrier, right? And if it gets really bad and Seiichiro passes out, he could die if he doesn't have the physical touch of a man. Logic, guys, logic. Stay with me. So Adesh has to provide this emergency treatment, you know? But it's actually done really thoughtfully and tastefully, I think. Like, sometimes this type of story you would think is mostly spiciness without plot, but honestly, this one's low-key plot without much spiciness. There's implied spiciness, right? But I think it's really great. You can tell Adesh kind of grows feelings for Seiichiro really quickly, and he wants to take care of him and watch his diet, help him recover faster. And I love it. Seiichiro still overworks himself because that's his nature, and it's just the two of them kind of slowly understanding each other as Adesh keeps going out of his way to help him out. It just leads to a lot of really funny moments, and Adesh is so thoughtful. He like goes out of his way to custom order him a sitting cushion to make working more comfortable for him. Bruh. Basically, Adesh is a die-hard romantic. He's a yearner, bro. And that's the type of character I live and die for, actually. He wants Seiichiro to think about him all the time, and they want to sleep cuddling together every night. And Seiichiro's just there, like, kind of out of necessity because he'll die without him, but he can also tell that there's some romantic feelings, right? I just really love it. And honestly, the side plots are really interesting. Seiichiro is like a 30-year-old man, which is nice to see in anime, but he really makes a point about wanting to set an example for the Holy Maiden that was from his world as well, right? Because she's younger and maybe a bit more naive and susceptible to whatever the kingdom asks of her without questioning the real reason behind it. And he really keeps that in mind as the adult in the situation, trying to protect her a bit. He's great. I would trust him with my life, you know what I mean? I mean, as long as he's on my side, you know? But he gets really involved with the kingdom's affairs. It's like political activity, done really well and understandable for me. I'm not the smartest girl when I watch anime. Like, usually I have to pause and replay to understand any complicated plots, low-key. And same with mangas, I get really overwhelmed, but this one's easy to understand. Maybe the BL just like enhances my brain power, I don't know. But the prime minister in the kingdom notices Seiichiro's intelligence pretty early as well. And there's honestly a fun dynamic there between them too, like some jealousy, maybe a third love interest. And later in the manga, even other people from like the church start noticing him as well, and there's lots of epic jealousy moments. He's basically the perfect shoujo anime protagonist, bro, because he doesn't get swept up by it, and he's smart. He's very calculating in a way that makes you understand why other characters start to like him from the sidelines. And I just love the cute romance scenes. It's what I live for, gamers. Especially with him and Adesh at home when they start to hang out in closer proximity. They have some really cute cute moments, guys. Like, my heart is racing for them at this moment. Help, help. It's just a fun story. And it's just like a rare thing for BL to have plot, complexity, good art, and beautiful romance, and some semi-spicy scenes, you know? Like, usually it's pick 2, not 3 sort of situation. Usually you get a couple, but not all of them. So, what a treat. Now I wish there were more chapters, but that's okay. I can be patient. I'll just have to talk to my YouTube video about it. And that's why I'm here. It's so cute, you guys. I'm fucked up. Anyway, thanks for listening to my TED Talk. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!